I was a GP partner here for over 30 years and I retired a year ago, but it was about 10 years ago that we first started thinking that our service for travellers wasn't very good. Travellers were getting upset with us and we were getting upset with the travellers. Sometimes it would become a confrontation. Normally we found travellers actually speak a little bit louder than most of the population, maybe because they spend a lot of time out of doors, but the receptionists tended to interpret that as aggression and felt they were being got at. So we had receptionists in tears and we had travellers slamming out sometimes, and we were trying to do our best and it wasn't working. It was really Lynn Hartwell, who was our health visitor at the time, who said, look, treat them slightly differently because they have a different culture. And it was only at that point that we really started to make progress. We realised that our travellers were a special population because we knew their health was very, very bad. Suicide, mental health, nearly all morbidities seemed to be worse in travellers. We learned from Lynn and from Patrice, the research worker, a lot about how to readjust our service. We had some sessions with Patrice teaching us about traveller culture and what it meant when they talked to us. They misinterpreted us, but we misinterpreted them. Our reception are much happier with travellers. They're less frightened of travellers now. They used to be very frightened of travellers and they're not anymore. We realised from Patrice that the culture that works with a diary and a calendar and can make an appointment for next week is not the way travellers work. Our travellers tend to say, right, well, if I need something today, I'll get it today. And what happens tomorrow, I'll worry about when tomorrow comes. So our appointment system wasn't working. So we said, right, we'll make room, and it's going to be a bit difficult, but we're going to squeeze those appointments in if they want to be seen. We try to persuade the travellers to come and register with us properly. Some of the travellers were a bit reluctant sometimes to come in and give details. So that's why we've used Sarah, whose job is to go around the sites and to talk to the travellers and to encourage them to get themselves registered properly.
My remit and role really was to actually not necessarily do things with them, as in give injections or procedures out in the community, but actually to encourage them to engage with the services that we provide within the surgery. And then a lot of it was just going out and probably chatting to them to build the trust and let them, hopefully, then when they needed health issues, they would come to me. I think I spend quite a lot of time explaining that the information that I might want to register a new patient, say here, is just for our purposes and it's not going to go anywhere else. And I think it goes round the site that they understand that actually I don't go blabbing to every Tom, Dick or Harry about what's going on, and that what they tell me is in confidence, and therefore once you've got the reputation that they've got nothing to worry about and it is for their own benefit, then usually they're really accommodating.
It's really around the whole surgery having a greater understanding of the community and all working together to try and change their services. And it's usually only small tweaks here and there. It's not major financial changes, it's just a little bit longer appointments, a little bit more understanding about timescales. And I think it's changing attitudes. So it's really around the whole surgery having a greater understanding of the community and all working together to try and change their services.
I would very much like to see other practices doing what we've done. It's been a very happy experience for us, and I think other practices will be surprised how it benefits them.
I recently was involved in a review of enhanced services for our particular commissioning area, which is East Leicestershire and Rutland, and we agreed to extend this enhanced service for travellers through the whole patch, so throughout the whole of Eastern Leicestershire and Rutland. The idea is to encourage practices to register travellers permanently and also to even accept them as temporary residents. Once you've obtained the rapport, they are, I would say, amongst the most grateful patients.
Move along, get along, move along, get along, go, move shift. Born at Padetta picking time in an old boat tent by a tatty fee.